Remember always, that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists. I ask you to judge me by the enemies I have made. I'm not the smartest fellow in the world, but I can sure pick smart colleagues. A government can be no better than the public opinion which sustains it. It is an unfortunate human failing that a full pocketbook often groans more loudly than an empty stomach. The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. There are many ways of going forward, but only one way of standing still. When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. We must especially beware of that small group of selfish men who would clip the wings of the American eagle in order to feather their own nests. We are a nation of many nationalities, many races, many religions bound together by a single unity, the unity of freedom and equality. Whoever seeks to set one nationality against another, seeks to degrade all nationalities. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. People acting together as a group can accomplish things which no individual acting alone could ever hope to bring about. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. Repetition does not transform a lie into a truth. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. Let us never forget that government is ourselves and not an alien power over us. The ultimate rulers of our democracy are not a president and senators and congressmen and government officials but the voters of this country. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. True individual freedom cannot exist without economic security and independence. People who are hungry and out of a job are the stuff of which dictatorship are made. Freedom. Never underestimate a man who overestimates himself. A nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, and justified terror which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. To reach a port we must set sail. Sail, not tie at anchor, sail, not drift. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith. Happiness is not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. We know now that government by organized money is just as dangerous as government by organized mob. The liberty of a democracy is not safe if the people tolerated the growth of private power to a point where it becomes stronger than the democratic state itself. That in its essence is fascism. Ownership of government by an individual, by a group, or any controlling private power. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. If you treat people right, they will treat you right, 90% of the time. It isn't sufficient just to want. You've got to ask yourself what you are going to do to get the things you want. Great power involves great responsibility. I think we consider too much the luck of the early bird and not enough the bad luck of the early worm. You are only an extra in everyone else's play. Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them. The real truth of the matter is, as you and I know, that a financial element in the large centers has owned the government of the U.S. since the days of Andrew Jackson. Taxes, after all, are dues that we pay for the privileges of membership in an organized society. We and all others who believe in freedom as deeply as we do, would rather die on our feet than live on our knees. Some people can never understand that you have to wait, even for the best of things, until the right time comes. We have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life, a better world, beyond the horizon. People, like charity, begins at home. People are not prisoners of fate, but prisoners of their own minds. A good story is sometimes preferable to an accurate one.